just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to get back into the March of the King for the month of October 2014. And first of all, before I get started on the topic for this month, I want to give 100% credit for this idea, which is going to cover the month of October. Like I said, I had 3 videos planned, and it's going to be these 3 questions that came from Richard Newell, who is a subscriber as well as a member on the Facebook Nation page. And he came up with 3 questions that I thought were fantastic questions, really, really good area to discuss because nobody else that I know of has brought this up. And maybe it's something that they might, see we might see in the next movie. But I'm gonna make a video per each question he gave. But I'm gonna tell you what the 3 questions are because I think it's really cool that he came up with this, and it definitely would make for some good discussion. So the first one was, the idea is what would happen in the aftermath of a Godzilla kaiju attack, which we're going to discuss in this video. His other questions was what procedures would be put in place and what defenses would be built. And then finally, how would I handle the situation if I was in charge of the defenses? So we'll do those other 2 questions in the next 2 videos for the month of October. So we're going to start with what would happen in the aftermath of a Godzilla kaiju attack. I think, and I guess if in the movie, since they're going to grounded route and stuff like this, first things first, I think the government would definitely try to keep people under control because at this point there's no hiding anything. We know that in the movie that there was a big conspiracy theory that was hidden by Monarch and things like that. And I think after the events in San Francisco, there's no hiding. There's no hiding. There's no way the government at this point or Monarch can conceal Godzilla. I mean, he just spent a whole night and a whole day fighting 2 monsters in San Francisco, and pretty much every media outlet in the world covered. So they're out there. That's it. So now the question's going to be, why is, people are going to wonder, why is the government been hiding this? Why weren't we warned? Blah, 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 blah. Of course, the government was trying, we didn't know, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, I think you'll have a little bit of hysteria. I think you'll have people afraid. You'll have people wanting to know. You'll have people, marching on the Capitol, wanting answers, wanting the government to come up with an effective plan to defend the country and defend the borders in case one of these monsters decide to rise out of the ocean again. Now, also, we got to recall that in the end of the Godzilla movie, there were some people who saw Godzilla as a hero. I think this is going to be another conflict that's going to happen amongst people, is that you'll have people arguing and fighting and even rioting against each other as to where they stand with Godzilla. Because remember, there are people in Hawaii who died in that tsunami. There are people who died on the bridge. But there are people who feel the fact that Godzilla destroyed 2 monsters and left peacefully will tell them, hey, he's not a bad guy. He just did this, he did that. And then you'll have scientists explaining that, look, this is a monster, this is a predator, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's going to be such a long debate. It's going to be such, and this is how I would envision. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen in the movie. We don't know what's going to happen in the movie. They could completely bypass this whole thing. But I think that in the event, I guess if I'm looking at it from a movie's perspective, what happened right after the movie ended, that something that we may not see in the next movie at all, is a lot of debating, a lot of arguing, a lot of disagreements, a lot of protesting, many things. It would be a big mess for a while. Not only cleaning up the physical mess that was caused by the large monsters fighting, but just a mess amongst the country, communities, some people being, it could go as tiny as neighborhoods where you see kids and people supporting the existence of Godzilla because they felt that he saved them, versus maybe a neighbor 2 blocks away whose friend or someone they love died in the tsunami in Hawaii and despises those people for viewing such a violent monster as a hero. And that can cause conflict, rage, fights, possibly even murders. I mean, that's, this is the kind of stuff, these are the kind of events that governments dread. This is why they hide these things. Because they know that once you have a mass population that's pissed off at you, the chances of you not getting overthrown or not being attacked in the media or in the tabloids or whatever, or even, to the worst case scenario, like unrest, civil unrest, where you have to order martial law. Yeah, I see those things happening after what happened in San Francisco. So, yeah, and it would be cool to see that in some ways, but I don't think we're going to see that. I think in a movie in and of itself, we'll see maybe flashes of the aftermath, but I think for the most part, they'll move on from that pretty swiftly. I don't think they want to spend a large amount of time on that kind of topic, even if they do, because remember, I don't think Godzilla is going to pop up right away after defeating the Mutos. So you figure the movie's going to, worst case scenario or best case scenario, might just take place years and years after the event. If it even stays linked to the event, to be quite honest, it may not even stay linked. They might just completely go a different route, and the people know of him, but they don't necessarily, what's the word I'm looking for? They know about him, but he's so rare. Seeing him is rare. They hadn't seen him in years, and the San Francisco thing is completely out of the picture. But it all depends. We have many years to wait for that. But in terms of what I envisioned happening after San Francisco and after Godzilla leaves, that's kind of what I see. I definitely see ongoing debates from the top of the chain of politics all the way down to your communities, and a very conflicted society as to where they stand with giant monsters' existence and how they see Godzilla. Because you're definitely going to have people who hate him, who want him gone, who want to push the United States government to get rid of him and find him and get rid of him. And you're going to have people that support him, support his existence, look at him as a guardian, despite some of the deaths he might have caused, because they will say stuff like, well, he's an animal, he doesn't know any better. He was, the same stuff we kind of discuss on forums. And, and they'll say those things because they haven't personally lost somebody. They don't know what it's like. It would be very intriguing to see stuff like that. But because I think they're going to focus definitely on more monsters and more Godzilla in the second film. I don't think that's a portion of the story we're going to explore, but it would be cool. It would be cool. So, but anyway, guys, so what do you think? What do you think is in the aftermath of Godzilla as soon as he leaves and heads into the water in San Francisco? Once again, I want to thank Richard Newell from the Nation Facebook page, as well as a subscriber here on the channel, for giving me these topics to discuss. I think they're great topics. That's what we're going to cover for the month of October. And I want to hear what you guys think. What do you think? How do you think things would play out in a movie, even though it's something we're probably not going to see? But how do you envision things playing out after Godzilla's attack and victory in San Francisco and then essentially leaving? How do you see things occurring around the nation and even around the world? This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit ETN's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to get back into the March of the King for the month of October 2014. And first of all, before I get started on the topic for this month, I want to give 100% credit for this idea, which is going to cover the month of October. Like I said, I had 3 videos planned, and it's going to be these 3 questions that came from Richard Newell, who is a subscriber as well as a member on the Facebook Nation page. And he came up with 3 questions that I thought were fantastic questions, really good area to discuss, because nobody else that I know of has brought this up. And maybe it's something that they might, see we might see in the next movie. But I'm gonna make a video per each question he gave. But I'm gonna tell you what the 3 questions are, because I think it's really cool that he came up with this, and it definitely would make for some good discussion. So the first one was, the idea is, what would happen in the